Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. We have another awesome episode for y'all out there. What's up, Dad? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, Luke?
Doing wonderful.
Awesome. This is the best 5 days in a row ever here. We got back-to-back college football games, night to night, and then we got 3 days of NFL playoff football. Love it.
Yep. Wildcard weekend, the continuation of the college football playoffs here in the semis. But first here, let's go over last week. So I was 2-2. You were 2-2, right?
Yep. Yeah. My Buckeyes choked it. They just didn't look good. They couldn't complete a couple plays, and they gave up that pick six, and that was pretty much the end of it.
Man, I did not think that was gonna happen. When I saw they were down, I was like, they're gonna come back. Nope.
Yeah, they could not do it. Oregon looked tough. They blew out Texas Tech. There's 23-0. That was their defense has really come to life. They really look tough right now. Indiana just rolled. Yep. They rolled over Tide. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Then Georgia, Ole Miss, I think, was the best game of the whole four. They were back and forth. It could go on either way, and Ole Miss won it at the end. It was great. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. Chambliss was playing lights out. Yeah, that was definitely the game of the playoffs, I think, so far for sure there. So shout out Sam. Sam was the winner of the college football picks there. He was 3-1. Only pick he got wrong was OSU, so he got that Ole Miss upset correct where we didn't as well there. So shout out Sam Mill.
All right. Well, going forward, then I'm going to talk a little bit about the whole transfer portal / the way the college football playoff is set up real quick. First of all, a third of the players right now in college football are in the transfer portal, which is sort of mind-boggling that a third of the players are in the transfer portal. And the thing is, games are still going on. College football needs to get this stuff right. They need to get their ducks in a row here to try to make it more seamless and less congested and chaos. You know, we still got teams playing in the Final Four, but we got guys that are transferring from here to here to here to here. And it takes away from the college football playoffs. So I think, we gotta somehow try to get this back in line where portal starts at a different time. The portal right now is from January 2nd to the 16th. And the playoffs will still be going on when the portal is closed. Doesn't make sense. However, the teams in the finals do get an extra 4 days of the portal. But that doesn't seem very fair. You only get 4 days for them while they're concentrating on the actual playoff games. And the other teams are concentrating on getting in recruits. So my thing is this. We have to line it up that maybe we don't get that bye week. There's too much time off between games and stuff. That we got to condense it a little bit so we could try and get the playoffs done by either January 1st or by at least the next week in the 8th or 9th of January, rather than going all the way till the 24th. It's a long time. Yeah. So my whole thing is we got to get this lined up. Maybe move back the signing date. Now the signing date is in December. Okay. Signing date for underclassmen is in December. Used to always be in February. So we have to line it up. Maybe, college football playoff, transfer portal. And then that's another thing is the whole college coaches. We got all these college coaches that are getting new jobs and they're still in the playoffs. For instance, Hartline from Ohio State got the job at UCF or USF. Sorry. And, obviously then the coach takes away his calling duties, and it's like it throws off the whole rhythm of the team. So this is my solution here, basically in a nutshell. Number one, let's have the playoffs. Let's finish them up. Then we could go to the transfer portal stuff. Soon as the season's over, let's then sign coaches. Let's not sign them during the season when the season's still going on. It's very disruptive. Okay. And then after that, let's go to then we could do the actual signing of the undergrads. And then we could call it a season. Let's have some flow to it rather than all over the place. That's just my suggestion here on the Robinson Replay for college football.
Thank you,
Onward.
Commissioner Robinson.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it
My
is.
thoughts for the
It's pretty
day.
crazy. Well, so we do have the semis coming
Yes.
up. As you said, we got football basically every day of the week here.
Yep. Thursday, Friday,
So
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Even
yep.
Monday Night
So
Football still. That's awesome.
hmm yeah, yep. So first here we have Miami and Ole Miss. This is the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. This is being played. Where's this being played at? In
Arizona.
Arizona. Yep, Arizona and
Scottsdale.
Glendale.
Glendale. Okay, Glendale.
Arizona at State Farm Stadium where the Arizona Cardinals play.
Yep.
So, yeah. What do you think in this game, Dad? It's a
Well,
7:30 Thursday start, and Miami's favored by 3.5 points.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, this game is, to me, it's a toss-up game. I think this game could go really either way. Miami's defense they're lights out. They're great defense, and they proved it last week against Ohio State. Um, Ole Miss, I think they have a great offense. I mean, they have a really good offense, and I think these two Titans here, it's going to come down to some turnovers like it did last week for the Ohio State Miami game. I think it's one way or the other. I think whoever has the least amount of turnovers is going to win this game. I really like that Chambliss kid. He has a lot of moxie to him. I really like the way he moves out of the pocket, passes down, always looking downfield. Kid came from a Division III Ferris State football. Nobody even knows where Ferris State is mostly. It's an upper part of Michigan, and he transfers to Ole Miss, and right now it looks like he might get another year of eligibility. He's been had 21 TDs, only 3 interceptions. That's the key for me. 3 interceptions for the year. That tells me he doesn't turn the ball over much. That's why I am going to be picking Ole Miss to win this one.
Okay. Okay. I'm a little bit surprised maybe here. Seeing this line here with the favorite for Miami 3.5. Okay. I'm not sure. I think just that win over Ohio State is probably just giving them the favorite right here. With Ohio State being such heavy favorites against Miami. So now Miami, proving them wrong right there. Same, like you said, Dad, with Chambliss. I was super impressed with him. He was throwing bullets, just
Mm-hmm.
complete heaters, has
Yeah, that
great mobility.
that ball is going nice. He is a nice ball.
Man. Yeah. I really like that, and the the story of coming from a Division 3 like that, true chip on his shoulder, a guy that's worked for everything. I mean, another year in the college football, but I think he could potentially go into the NFL and cause some mayhem too. We could be
Yeah.
saying his name for a long time potentially
Yeah,
here.
get another year under his belt. If he does come back and gets that eligibility for sure. It was pretty close to him getting it, I heard.
Hmm.
And get fine tuned a little bit. He could be. I mean, this
Yeah.
next year, 2027 draft could be a blockbuster quarterback draft.
Yeah, I mean he would be more than ready then at that time there for sure. I mean he had just a lights out game against Georgia, 362 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and sacked 0 times. The
Yep.
man is not going to go down.
Yeah.
A good
Once again,
offensive line, but he's
yeah.
just going to scramble and move away.
Yeah, once again, this game will come down to the Lions again, I think, too. I mean, that defensive line from Miami is stout. They're good. And we'll see
Hmm.
if the Ole Miss line can hold up or if Shambles can get out of the pocket and make some throws down the field.
Yeah, so just purely off Chambliss vibes here. I'm going with Ole Miss as well in this one.
Yeah.
So we'll see the upset.
You know the last time that Ole Miss won, what year it was?
No, what year?
1960 was the last time.
1960.
Was the last time they won the national championship. 60. Well,
Really?
Miami
Wow.
was 2001. 2001
Jeez,
was
was
the
that
last time they won. I don't know who the
wh-
quarterback was at the time. I just found that stat today about
uh-huh.
when's the last time they won. So that
Mhm.
would be what? That'd be
Right.
66 years ago.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been a
Jeez.
while. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can make it to the Natty. But the next game here is the Oregon Ducks and the Indiana Hoosiers. The Hoosiers are the favorite by 3.5 points. This is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, of course, being played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. What do you think? Friday
Well,
night.
man, I tell you what, this is gonna be another great game. I think these two teams are both top 10 defenses in the country. Okay, top 10 defenses. Oregon lost to them the first time at Oregon, home game. So it's a little revenge game for them. Both quarterbacks, these two quarterbacks here could this game could decide who goes first in the draft this year. If Dante Moore comes out, not Mendoza's already he's done with eligibility. He is coming out. If
Mm-hmm.
Dante Moore comes in and just lights things up, this could propel him to the number one pick of the draft.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not only is this a game in a game, it could, having a great game between these two game teams would be for these quarterbacks would be amazing. I mean, I really like Indiana's receiver, Sarrett. He's a stud. Their running back's awesome. Sadiq for the tight end for Oregon. He's a chiseled piece of Adonis. He's amazing tight end. He's a stud. Moore, of course, lights out too. The first game, Moore was 21 for 34 for 186 yards, one touchdown, and two interceptions. Mendoza was 20 for 31 for 215, a TD, and an interception. So basically, I think these teams are very equal on defense and very equal on offense. So once again, I think it's going to become the turnover thing last time. Last time, Moore had the two turnovers, cost him the game, I think. Finney, the cornerback for Oregon, right now, he's averaging almost a interception a game. He's a true freshman, really good cornerback. I think he's going to be the difference in this game, and Oregon wins.
Okay. Going with the Ducks in this one for the upset. All right. I think the Ducks are very dangerous. They're a very dangerous team. I think they are underrated, and they've gotten to this point for a reason. With Dante Moore and Mendoza here, yeah, probably the number one and number two pick could very well be who wins this game, who wins the Natty potentially there. I think definitely it's obviously leaning towards Mendoza as that number one pick there, solidified as the Heisman, great character guy. I mean, I think it's pretty clear right now, but it could definitely throw a wrench if Dante really outperforms him and Mendoza has a really off game and doesn't make it there potentially. So I am gonna go with the Hoosiers in this one. I think this undefeated season is not yet ending for them quite yet. And so I'm going to pick the Hoosiers, pick Mendoza and Hemby to have a dynamic duo in this game and run through the Ducks there to get to the Natty.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana also had 6 sacks last game, too. I mean, they sacked him 6 times. He threw 2 picks. I think they're going to have a bounce back. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it'll be a great game for sure. All right. That is the college semifinals right there that we got cooking up. Next here, we have the recap of week 18. We had Sam as the winner for not only the NCAA picks, but also the NFL picks as well.
Yeah.
Shout out, Sam. Big congratulations.
Great job.
Yeah. Big time here. Obviously, kind of a tough week to predict some of these games with a lot of players sitting out in this. A lot of these games didn't matter to some of these teams, obviously. But any games stand out to you here?
Yeah, just Sam got that Commanders game over the Eagles. Like you said, it's so tough to predict week 18. So many players sitting, so many players have no reason to play for. It's just a tough week to pick. Yeah, congrats to Sam though. He got one more right than you and 2 more right than me. So kudos to him.
Yeah, the Browns getting the win over the Bengals, and of course Miles getting that sack record right there. And for anybody saying that he doesn't deserve this because this is now a 16-game season, is full of it because he has less snaps than T.J. Watt.
Very good, very good.
Yep. And Strahan significantly less snaps actually played, so clearly less attempts to make a sack. And he deserves this more so through and through. One of the best defensive players of all time. Shout out Myles Garrett.
Yes, Miles. Plant that crown on him, baby.
Yep.
Yep.
And so with the end of week 18 came then Black Monday.
Oh
We
yes.
had some coaches being fired, two coaches during the season that got fired here,
Mm-hmm.
the Titans and the Giants. But then we have one, two, three, four, five different head coaches fired on Black Monday. There, the biggest one obviously being John Harbaugh with the Ravens. If they would have won that game against the Steelers and made that field goal last
Yeah.
second, then they would have
Yeah.
been in, and he wouldn't have been fired. But now he's gone. So, do you think Tomlin would
Yeah.
have been fired if they
That,
wouldn't have made the
I don't
playoffs
know.
potentially
It's
there?
so funny. A lot of my friends have been sending this meme. I don't know if you've seen it or not. They have the field goal post. Inside the field goal post says uh, Tomlin fired. And on the outside of the field goal post says Harbaugh fired. So
That's funny.
basically,
Yeah.
on the outside, Harbaugh got fired. And on the inside, Tomlin, if they would have made the kick, Tomlin would have got fired. I don't know. I was very surprised. The big thing about that is there's what I said is there's some turmoil between the coach, the OC, the offensive coordinator Todd Monken, and Jackson and a couple other players. I think that's what led to it. Obviously, he's been there 18 seasons. Sometimes it gets old to some players and some old to organizations. You're not winning as much. You're hearing the same old thing. It gets stale, and the owner decided to pull the trigger and try to see if the grass is greener on the other side. We'll see who that may be, or I
Mm-hmm.
just think that some of these jobs are very not the most advantageous. For instance, the Browns. I just don't think it's that an advantageous of a job. People aren't pounding on the door to go there. The only thing I've heard so far about the Browns is they're going to interview Todd Monken, which sort of weird because he might have been the problem with Jackson. So he's going to come now to the Browns and stuff. So there's a lot of what ifs here with
Mm-hmm.
all these teams. Morris was a surprise. 1 minute he's up there doing the last game press conference. He shakes the hand of the owner, hugs the owner's son, walks out the door. 4 hours later, he's fired. It's a cutthroat business, and it's sort of sad for a lot of these guys. You never know. Then also, I also heard Stefanski. He never wanted Watson. I didn't want him. It was their fault. That's so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all these guys have their own little things that went wrong with their stuff there. But the most one that I think really deserved firing, no matter what, was Pete Carroll. That place is a disaster. He's got two of his sons coaching on the team. They were disasters. They didn't have any plans. The players had to have their own player-only meetings to go over plays to make plays. That place was
Yeah, that's a
a
nightmare.
nutbag. And, you know, Tom Brady has his fingers on
Mm.
that too. So that's going to be interesting to see if
Mm.
Tom can come out of his shell here and actually put together a winner, because it's going to be on him here soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I think for both Harbaugh and the Ravens that this is time to separate here. I think it'll be better for both of them in the long run to get something different. Harbaugh is
Yeah.
clearly the number one coach candidate for any of
Harbaugh's
these teams right
63.
here.
He's no spring chicken.
True.
He's getting up there. He's 63 now. So, there's a couple between him and McCarthy. Those two seem like the oldest candidates for a job right now. So it'll be interesting to see where and who they go to.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Stefanski, as bad as he has done with the Browns this season and the past few years, obviously, two-time coach of the year. Still a
Yeah.
very, very young, pretty charismatic guy for the most part, and
Yeah.
I think he's probably a very desirable coach. Saw him, I think, flying to New York City to interview for that Giants job. I think that's the top one there. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
So,
breaking news. Trae Young has been traded to the Washington Wizards.
whoa,
Yep.
whoa, for
Breaking
who?
news as we speak.
For who?
McMullen, some draft picks, I'm assuming. There's some other players involved. I just saw it flash across the screen here as I was talking to you. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting.
A little
Okay.
craziness going on here as we're
Mm-hmm.
speaking. Breaking
Okay.
news.
Yeah, people are moving, shaking and moving.
Yep.
So we will obviously keep up to date with the NFL in the off season as to coaches, the draft, the
Yeah.
teams and their futures and everything there. So excited to do some different sort of segments in the future.
And if anybody has any suggestions, please, when football season's over, send us some stuff out. We'd be more than happy to talk about some different things. Obviously, we'll talk about basketball and some other different stuff like that. But we'd love to talk about, the off season of football and everything. But there'll be more things that you might want to, we'll maybe talk about some Olympics. There's going to be some Winter Olympics coming here next month.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we'll talk a little bit about that and find
Mm-hmm.
out what the people really want to hear about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Now we have the
This is
wild card
wonderful.
weekend here.
This is
We have
wonderful, folks.
Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
and Monday
Here we
here.
go.
Full slate of AFC and NFC madness here. Starts off with a 4:30 Saturday game with the Rams at the Panthers. The Panthers are, I'm sorry, the Rams are favorite here by 10.5 points. What do you think in this game right here, Dad?
Well, this is, sort of unheard of to have a double-digit favorite on the road in the first round. It's sort of
Yeah.
hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Carolina went in with a losing record. They got in with a losing record.
Mm-hmm.
And this they'll get even started with the seeding on this too here. This is sort of crazy to me how a team that the losing record first of all gets in, and second of all they get the
Home.
higher seed because they won their division.
Yeah.
So, don't even get me started. But this game, I'm really loving the Rams. I've been talking about the Rams for weeks now. It's the Rams, Rams, Rams here. And I just think their offense is just amazing. They're first in passing yards, they're second in total yards, they're first in points. They have an amazing offense. Defenses are very similar, though. Both the Carolina's defense and the Rams defense are very similar. They're both middle of the road kind of defenses. But with Adams coming back, he's got 14 touchdowns on the season. He's been out the last 3 games with his hamstring. With him coming back, Puka, Stafford going to be throwing dimes. I got to go Rams all day on this. Both MVPs are playing this weekend, candidates, Stafford and May. Stafford had 46 touchdowns, 46 and 8 interceptions for a passer rating of 109. I just don't see how they lose this game unless they turn over the ball a lot. I think it's the Rams to landslide.
Yeah, I think so as well. Rams are clearly the better team here. The last time the Panthers were in the playoffs was 2017. They lost that game in the wild card, got booted out right then. The Panthers are the 5th team since 1983 to enter the playoffs with a losing record. Their record being 8-9 there. So pretty rare for that to happen. And in this case here, the Rams being the better team, Panthers losing record there. The Panthers would really have to pull out a crazy miracle upset to have this one. I don't think anybody is picking the Panthers besides maybe some people living in Charlotte.
Yeah, well, Dowdell and McMillan have to have huge games, and Young has to get out of his doldrums. He's been not playing well lately at all. They don't generate much offense. So they got to figure out ways to get these guys in space, some trick plays. They got to really, they got to pull all the tricks out of the bag on this one in order to stay in it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens at Bank of America Stadium there in Charlotte. Next one here is the night game, 8 p.m. start on Prime Video. It is at Soldier Field. We had the Packers at the Bears. The Packers are slight favorites in this one by 1 point. This is the 3rd time they're going to match up with each other this year.
Yeah.
What do you think here?
Well, this is a rubber match here. Both teams have won a game. These teams, I don't know. They're similar, but yet there's something about the Green Bay offense that I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about it. I really give the edge to the Bears offense. on the offensive department. In the defense department, though, I do give Green Bay the edge. They're a little bit more stout, I think, than Chicago. Chicago, though, finds a way to get turnovers. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game. Love's coming off a 3-game break. He's been on concussion protocol. Plus, they held him out last week. Might be a little rusty. Josh Jacobs, he's been banged up. He hasn't played much lately. I just think Johnson,
Ben Johnson. Yep.
Ben Johnson, the coach. I just think he's going to pull every trick. He's got all the tricks. He loves to do them. They're playing at home. Those Bear fans are going to be going nuts. I got to take the Bears.
Take the Bears. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, obviously a super close line in this one, slight edge to the Packers. I think honestly that the Bears should be slightly favored in this one, if anything. Splitting the games this year and the Bears being home in this one. The Bears have been pretty hot. Clearly, I think here I think they have the slight edge, honestly. But yeah, the Bears are really really wanting to win this. They have not won a postseason game since 2010. And of course, this is Caleb Williams' first ever playoff game. Caleb definitely has his moxie and he's found his way over the course of this season. He has broke the single season passing leader in franchise history for the Bears in the last game. So he definitely has a chip on his shoulder. But I think the run game really needs to show up as well for the Bears in this one. To have that dynamic pass and run to give that dual threat, so the Packers are not going to know what's coming. If both are hitting on all cylinders, there's no way the Bears can lose this one because they're just going to be scoring a lot here. So I'm going to go with the Iceman, Caleb Williams, and the Chicago Bears in this one at home.
All right,
be a good one. I'm excited for it. So now we are moving to Sunday slate. We have a 1 p.m. start for the first game here. The closest line, most up to date line here I have is a half a point here. Mm-hmm. The Bills at the Jaguars. So half a point favorites by the Bills there at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. What do you think?
First thing I think of it, you got to look at this. First 3 games there. All road dogs are road favorites. I meant to say all road favorites. The first 3 games, very unusual. This game I think is going to be the best game of the weekend, in my opinion. It should be. I think this is going to be the Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence show. These 2 quarterbacks have been on fire. Not so much in the passing department for Allen the last couple games, but Trevor Lawrence, he's really impressed me this year. I was really down on him last year. I was down on him in the beginning of this year, and he's really, really turned it around. I mean, for instance, Allen this year so far, he's got 25 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Lawrence, 29 passing, 12 interceptions. Lawrence has 9 rushing touchdowns, and Allen has 14 rushing touchdowns. Ooh, so this game's going to come down to which quarterback plays better. It's what it's going to come down to. Jacksonville is first against the run. The Bills are first in the run with Cook. So, I mean, this game is the ultimate coin toss game. I want the Bills to win. I want Josh Allen to win. But I think I'm going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. I'm a bit surprised there. Yeah. I thought you definitely want the Bills, but yeah, surprised you picked the Jags there. Okay.
I think the Jags might get to pull it off at home. If Trevor Lawrence plays like he's been playing, they will win that game because they will shut down Cook in the offense. The Bills don't have great receivers. Kincaid's still questionable. He just doesn't have the weapons that Trevor Lawrence has. With ETN, he's got Myers. That was the best pickup of the trade deadline, was picking up Jacoby Myers. He's got Thomas. He's got Strange. I just think that he has a couple more weapons. And if that defense plays up to being the number 1 defense against the run, I think they win.
Yeah. A few injuries on the Buffalo Bills side there. This really for Buffalo in this, they have been a solidified team for many years now with Josh Allen, and
Yeah,
they need to win this game more than
they really do.
anybody in the whole entire playoffs right here for their fan base. Josh Allen is 0-4 on the road in his playoff career. Much of that to be obviously towards
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes there
Yeah,
itself. It might
who's
might be
out
all four.
now? This is his
Yeah,
time.
so
This is Allen's time. He's
there's
got to
no
shine.
Jackson. There's no Jackson. There's no Mahomes in this. So yeah, this is Allen's. He needs this so bad to solidify his legacy. He could be as good of a quarterback as ever, but if you can't make it deep into the playoffs and do make a run for it like this, I mean, this is his time truly. But the Jags are just so hot. They have 8 straight wins. Liam
Hmm.
Cohen, first year coach for Jacksonville. I think he should be coach of the year. Um,
Hmm.
Winning that there, Lawrence can really solidify himself with a win in this game. You were just saying, Dad, early in the season, if he doesn't perform here, that he should get benched or get traded to some other team here. Where now it's the opposite. Where if he wins this game and proves himself, he's a
Yeah.
top one of the top quarterbacks in the whole entire league right here. So really solidifying him. So I think Lawrence can solidify himself with that win over the Bills, and I think they pull it off. I think Jacksonville will pull this off too. But
Oh
this is a
wow!
good one. This is
This
a good one. I'm
it
I'm
is going to be a
excited.
great. It's going to be a great game on
Yeah,
Sunday. I like you said. I think Lawrence's legs will win them the game, will win the difference in the game. When he
yep,
runs, they're a totally different team because the other side of the defense, they sort of panic when he starts running and they're off kilter. Then and that's the difference for me.
yeah. Well, then our 4:30 game on Sunday is the 49ers at the Eagles at Lincoln Financial.
Yeah,
The Eagles are the favorite in this one by 5 points at home in
yeah. This
Philadelphia. What do you think?
this game started at 3.5. It's up to 5 now.
Yeah.
San Francisco came out and laid a real egg last week against the Seattle Seahawks. They had the opportunity to have the playoffs at their stadium the entire time and then have the Super Bowl, but they laid an egg. They've got so many injuries, and McCaffrey is starting to look a little tired. He looks tired to me the last couple games. Great. I mean, he's in. He has a record number of snaps this year. I forget 400 and some snaps he's been in or something crazy. He's played a lot. He's
Mm.
taken a lot of hits. He's been great though. I just think he's starting to slip a little bit. Philly though, they worry me too. They haven't been Philadelphia this year. Brown has to have a big game. Hurts has to have a big game. I just think that the defense of the Philadelphia Eagles is a little bit better and not as banged up as the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm going to say Eagles for the victory.
Eagles for the victory. All right. Yeah, the 49ers D, like you said, is not really good this season at all, on top of all of the injuries that they have as well. I mean, they're playing some second, third stringers out there. It's going to be a tough one for them if they want to win this game. The 49ers actually have the fewest amount of sacks this year out of any team in the NFL. They only have 20 sacks this year. Guess who has more sacks as a single player? Miles
Miles
Garrett.
Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the big thing is too, if Williams is going to play, the left tackle last week did not play. So if he plays, they definitely have more of a chance to win and solidify. I mean, San Francisco is the best team in third down conversions. That's pretty impressive.
Hmm.
They're the best team in third down conversions. If you can win third down, lots of times you win the game. I just don't know if they have enough shells left in the case there to get it all done. So that's why I'm still stick with Philly. Who you got?
Yeah, yeah, tough 5 point favorite for the Eagles here. I think the Eagles D is great too. I'm gonna pick the Eagles in this one, and I'm gonna go a prop here. I have is
Ooh,
over 80 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley in this game. I think he's
okay.
gonna run all over that 49ers D.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Next here is the Chargers at the Patriots. Another awesome game, of course. We have an 8 p.m. start on Sunday night. The Patriots are the home field advantage here and the spread lead at 3.5 point favorites there. This one is on Peacock, which sucks because I don't have Peacock.
It's not NBC. It's on NBC
No,
too.
NBC too.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
All right. So, anyways, this game here, I just feel like the Chargers' offensive line is a wreck. They've been bad all year. Their defense has played really good. This is Drake May's first time in the playoffs at home, but the guy seems to have that moxie to him also, and he doesn't seem to get rattled at all. He doesn't seem to get rattled. I mean, he's got 31 touchdowns. His quarterback rating is 113. He has the best quarterback ranking in the whole National Football League. So, I mean, that's huge. Like I said, it's between him and Stafford for the MVP. I just think that the overall team, special teams, defense, and offense, I just think they're the better team. They have a veteran defense. They have lots of weapons on offense between Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. They've got a lot of receivers. They love Hunter Henry coming out of the backfield. Hampton is hurt, by the way, for the Chargers. He's hurt. He did not practice today. So that's a huge loss if he does not play for some reason. Vidal will obviously start if he doesn't, but I just got to go with New England at home. They want to try to bring back those Brady years, and this would be a good start for them if they could do that with a win on Sunday night.
Yeah, they've definitely had an amazing season there. Both these teams are I think pretty evenly matched for the most part though. Really great Chargers defense there, and the Patriots have obviously one of the best offenses in the league as well. Both are really great teams here. The Patriots though, I don't think the Patriots have been tested quite enough this season, even if they win this game, to go all the way to the Super Bowl in this one. The Patriots actually have one of the easiest strength of schedules. They ranked 30th out of 32 teams as far as strength of schedule here. The toughest two games probably they had was against the Bills, and they lost one and won one. So the Chargers are more on the middle of the pack for strength of schedule here. They definitely had a tougher schedule this year against the Patriots and had some pretty big wins, some pretty big games. But yeah, going back to that Chargers defense for me is that they have three players with three or more interceptions this season. Tui has 13 sacks this year. Tului? He's a tough name to say. Yeah, Tului has 13 sacks this year. So I think that the Chargers are going to pull this off with a really good defensive performance, and Herbert showing out on this one on the road.
He's going to need to, because he hasn't lately. Ever since he broke that hand, he hasn't quite been himself. He hasn't been himself.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see. I just think Drake May. All the lights are going to be on him here. He's going to be at home, but if he throws one or two interceptions, that's kiss that game goodbye.
Yeah. We'll see.
I think. All right. Next here is the Texans at the Steelers, the Monday night game here at 8 p.m. This one here is at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Texans are the road favorite by 3 points on the line here. What do you think?
Well, I tell you what, Pittsburgh better put holy water over the whole field this time, not just the end zone like they did last week. I think Houston's defense is the most dominant defense in the league right now. They've won 9 straight, and their offense isn't that good. I admit it, they're not that good. But that defense, they put their offense in great predicaments. They get turnovers. They get sacks upon sacks. Rodgers could be in huge trouble in this game. He may be sacked 5 to 6 times. I just think that Houston's defense will propel them to winning this game. DK Metcalf is back. They need him terribly. They have not been that great, even though that game last Sunday night was a very good game. between the Ravens and Steelers. That fourth quarter was great fourth quarter. But I just think the Houston's defense will prevail, and I'm gonna take Houston on the road.
Yeah. Okay. All right. They got the favorites there on the road. Like you said, DK Metcalf is back. That's huge for the Steelers there in this game. Everybody knows about the Texans and their amazing defense this year. Probably the best defense in the whole league. They lead the league in total yards allowed with only 277 total yards per game allowed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and on top of that, CJ Stroud has definitely been heating up uh, in this season here. I think he's really well protected with a good offensive line. But the Steelers have a really good defense too. They have a really good D. They know how to win in the right moments here. I think potentially. The Steelers have lost in the playoffs though. They're on a five. The last 5 times they've been in the playoffs, they have been booted out of the first round. Last time they made it to the playoffs and won a playoff game was all the way back in 2016. So this would be a decade that they are gonna potentially uh, come back and win, or a decade continuing on and losing here in this decade there. So but the Steelers have won 23 straight Monday night home games. What a crazy stat that is there.
That is.
So a huge home field advantage in Pittsburgh. I mean, obviously such a crazy franchise, crazy fans there. At the same time that the Texans have never won a road playoff game in their Texans franchise history. I think the Oilers won a road one back in the '80s or something when they were still around.
Yeah, probably
But
Warren Moon.
yeah, probably. But honestly, I think this was probably the toughest game for me to pick in this one because I could really see either. But I'm gonna go with the Steelers with a slight edge in this one. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I think having that home field advantage for them. Rodgers is a legend, and he's gonna see the field and potentially come up really big in this game. I think they also have a better kicker in this game too, potentially that can
You missed
win
that
them in
extra
a last
point
minute
last
kick.
week.
He did, yeah.
Actually, I think
But
Fairbaum is a better kicker right now than Boswell.
okay.
He had 5 field goals, I think, last week. He is a very, very good kicker. Had him on my
Hmm.
fantasy team for the last couple of years. He's very good.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, I'm going with the Steelers in that one. So it's gonna be a great weekend here. Really excited for all these different games. You got any anytime touchdown picks?
Oh, I got a special one this week, folks.
Okay.
I decided to pick one player from each team to score a
Okay.
touchdown.
Wow.
So this is one of those one in a million kind of things. I just threw it together. So for the Rams, I got Adams. For Carolina, McMillan. Green Bay, I got Jacobs. Loveland for the Bears. Kittle for 49ers. Hurts for the Eagles. Allen for the Bills. Lawrence for Jacksonville. Remember, those 3 quarterbacks have to score a touchdown, not throw one. McConkey for San Diego. Henderson for New England. Gainwell for the Steelers. And Nico Collins for the Houston Texans. That is my special TD parlay. And you could, maybe do a little round robin action or something like that with it. But that's what I threw together this week.
Okay. All
12
right. Yeah, that's
TDs.
Yeah, I didn't go that many TDs here. I have only 2, one of which is pretty easy. Saquon Barkley as anytime touchdown. I think that's a given there for him. Like I said, he's going to run all over that 49ers defense. And then also DK Metcalf. If the Steelers are going to win that game, DK has to come up big and secure a touchdown in my opinion there. So,
all right,
that's
we'll
my
see.
picks.
Yeah, I mean, look at when you look at these 6 games, we only have 2 home favorites. 2 home favorites. All the rest of them are road dogs. Road favorites, I should say. So yeah, it's sort of crazy. It should be an interesting couple days coming up. I look forward to it. I'm going to be glued to the TV.
Oh yeah, we know it for sure. Well, that is it for this week. We'll be back next week, of course. Have a very safe weekend here. This is another episode of the Robinson Replay. Peace.